Well, this is Linda from North Central Texas. I found another dish pan that was in the shed, so I decided I'd go ahead and plant that one too. I went ahead and put my broken up bark, and it's just rotted up bark from one of the oak trees out here that had fallen, and then most of it's already molded and stuff. Put that in there. I put me a hole in the front of my tote for my dish pan. Then I'm going to put me some cardboard. Basically do it like I did the other totes, the other dish pans. Only this time I'm going to put radish in there. I tried radish in another place earlier this summer, but it got so hot it didn't do anything. I mean, I got 1 or 2 radish from it, but that was about it. So I decided I'd go ahead and try to plant some more, since I had this one dish pan left. And some newspaper. Just tear it up kind of fine. And I cut it in strips and then I tear it again. Or try to. Sometimes I get it too thick and it's hard to tear. And then of course I've got my kitchen scraps right here. I got a whole bowl of eggshells, onion peels, potato peels, lettuce. Really need to break up the eggshells, I guess, a little bit. And I went out there and where I got my rotted wood, I got, look at that. That looks like some of the best topsoil you could ever get. It's broken down tree bark and leaves and dirt. And I'm going to put that in here. That's stuff that's already broken down, so that should be real good. I probably wouldn't even have to put any topsoil in there. I mean, some potting mix or the other. This is so good. But if you got any trees growing around your place, trees falling, all of that dirt from under the trees where the leaves have rotted and, you know, where the tree bark is rotted, all kind of stuff is fallen and rotted over time. That's the best soil you can get. That's as good as any of this potting soil you're going to buy, or potting mix or whatever. I'll put just a little bit on top of it because I do have it, so it's not going to hurt. And I'm going to water this down a little with some of my compost tea. I mean, we're supposed to get more rain, and all the other stuff has come up so good in the dish pans. I decided to go ahead and plant this last one. Can't beat compost tea to water any of your plants with. And again, I put my hole, or my holes, I put 2 holes in the end. I put them about an inch or so up from the bottom. In the dishpan, you don't want to go too high with it. Maybe leave about an inch of space in the bottom. Because you don't want to drown your plants, but you want it to hold some water in the bottom. And I make my little markers for my radishes just out of like plastic coffee creamer bottles that I have left, the containers, or any type of a plastic container that you got that is kind of white that you can mark with a marker, permanent marker. And again, there's my radish seeds that I'm going to put in there. And you're only supposed to go about a 1/2 inch deep, so I'm going to not go too deep with them, just barely going to cover them up. And I'm not going to try to plant my seeds too thick either. Just basically sprinkle them over the top. These seeds are really small. I mean, they're big enough that you can handle them a lot better than some of them. Because if you get them too thick, you're just going to have to thin them out anyway. And rather than thin them out too much, I'd rather just go ahead and, it's not even going to take half the seeds I had in there. And I'm just going to barely cover them up a little bit. And I am going to pat it down. So when it rains, at least they'll be patted down enough that they won't just wash to the top. And there it is. It's just that easy to plant you some radish. And you see, I basically used none of the potting mix that I had bought because I dug all of the soil right from under the tree where I got my broken bark and stuff. But look, all of the seeds, even the zucchini and the squash, the Swiss chard, like there's a little, I don't know if you can see it right there, a zucchini that came up, and there's another one right there poking through. So I knew it would come up, and the 2 squash, yellow squash. So if you have anything that you might want to, look a mess. I've been out here working in the yard, and I just decided at the last minute to plant that. And look at there, my crepe myrtle tree back there, it's blooming. All of my crepe myrtles are blooming since it's rained and it's cooled down just a little bit. Everything's looking really good. So hopefully I'm going to have some production with my plants because they're all growing good. I've got what looks like little melons started on some of these melon plants, these vines. So we'll see what happens. I'm trying to keep them up like these that are in the tower. I've been trying to keep them up, but they just grow and grow and grow. So I don't know what's going to happen when they get back down on the ground like they did before. But I got stuff coming up in there. That's going to surprise me because I'm not sure exactly what it is. Yeah, this stuff coming up in this green tower, like right there. I don't know if that's a melon. There's another one right down there in the bottom. So we'll see. I get surprises all the time from my garden. And there's a, looks like a, I don't know if it's a cucumber or a melon that started there, a little ball. My fingers are dirty because I've had them in that dirt over there. My watermelon vine over here is just growing, spreading across the yard. And I'm going to have to mow out here pretty soon. I'm waiting to get a spark plug for my mower. And it's supposed to come Friday, which, this is Wednesday. So it'll be here Friday. I'll get my new spark plug in my mower, get it started, and I can get out here and mow some of this grass. I mean, look at that. That's that old Bermuda grass, which I hate. I wish it wasn't there. But you can see it's all growed up along the cinder blocks. I put the cinder blocks up to begin with as a border for my garden, so I wouldn't run the mower into the pots and cut the pots open, because I do have a big wheel string mower. So that string will hit the plants if you get too close, and it will cut a hole right through them. So I put the border up of the cinder blocks just to border the garden so I wouldn't destroy the pots with the mower. But anyway, with that note, I'm going to bid you a farewell. Like, share my videos, and please subscribe to my videos. And I do have a Patreon account now. So if you want to become a Patreon of my channel, go to www.patreon.com/join/Linda Hauser, and you can join my channel and be a Patreon. And with that, you have a blessed evening.